if you lived in LA, you would realize that not everybody in LA is just rich and done and good.
Right.
But you'd be surprised. Some of your favorite folks that are on TV on a regular aren't as uh, financially secure as you would
More people are being
expect.
honest about it though, because I saw where
Yeah.
Jamin Hansu was saying, he
Oh,
two-time Oscar nominated, still struggling. Jeffrey Owens, who's on Papa's House, Damian Wayans show, but was working at Trader Joe's. Taraji P
well, that
Henson
kind of
when they
bothered me. That him
th-
giving
that bothered
giving
you that he was on the
away.
show and still struggling.
No, what bothered me. Oh, I thought you saw the whole story. I was thinking it would have connected. His reality. I don't want to dilute what you're saying. So go ahead and talk about what you're saying first
No, I'm just
about
saying
that,
the
and then I'll
perception of,
share what I'm
because we
talking about.
see people on TV or in movies, the perception is they are rich, they have made it. And I'm saying that generally is not the case for the majority of people you see in TV
Yeah,
shows and movies.
many of
You
them
have
are
to
the
book
ones
another job in order to keep
exactly
living. You have to
to
keep booking
maintain.
work. The moment they yell cut, you are unemployed again. Like you have to work to maintain. Not talking about the taxes, not talking about the managers, the agents, your team, your staff,
That's
the
it.
cost of living out there. I mean, you would have to make a lot of money just to be decent to feel rich out there,
Yeah,
is my perception for
absolutely.
my time. It's like, oh, you got to make a lot of money out here to feel
No,
like you making
I
any
mean,
money.
but you lived out here, so it's not
Right.
just your perception, it's also your truth. It's
I was
it's a
like, what
very
is y'all
real
out here doing for money?
yeah, yeah. I thank God every day at the fact that I'm able to make a living doing music and acting. Like I am grateful.
Mhm.
I'm grateful that my wife works in the event everything stopped for me. We could possibly still be good, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have a discipline to pay my bills first
Mhm. Yeah,
and
that's a
not
whole nother that's
splurge,
another trick
yeah,
altogether.
yeah,
Yeah.
that you know um I will say this, Jeffrey, on a kind of funnier note, what did you think about the fact that we're talking about Elvin from the Cosby Show?
Mhm.
He talked about how he's now financially struggling once again after being exploited by someone who filmed him at Trader Joe's when he had to take a job at Trader Joe's. And they're like, isn't this Elvin from the Cosby Show? What is he doing working at Trader Joe's? Because for some reason, people think that you having a hit TV show in the 90s
Right.
means you should still be
Right. And like he
wealthy.
said, he wasn't the star of the show.
He wasn't even the star of the show, and so um he ended up getting some work from Tyler Perry on a TV show
Mhm.
and some other people, and he also received a donation, a gift from Nicki Minaj of
Okay.
$25,000.
Oh,
She
wow.
said, "Listen, I just want to say thank you for everything you do. You've done what you represent for the culture is far too valuable for you to have, these difficult times. So I just want to bless you." This man, now out of his mouth, shared this on the radio show that he was on. Gave the money to charity because he said, I did not work for that money, so I did not deserve it.
And you say what? Well, then don't tell me you struggling financially. You know what? Remember that story about the guy and the great flood, and he said God was going to save him,
And
and
God sent the ambulance, the boat,
yes,
the
and then, yeah, they sent the
helicopter.
boat, and he says, "Nope, God's going to save me." They sent the helicopter. He said, "Nope, God's going to save me." He's on the roof. He drowns. He goes to heaven. And he said, "God, I thought you were going to save me." He said, "I sent you a boat and a helicopter." Like, what are you doing?
I sent you the
And you asking
ambulance.
me about
I
that?
sent you the ambulance, the ambulance,
I
the
sent people
boat,
to come
the
get you.
helicopter, and
So
you
no,
were
I didn't
waiting.
realize, I didn't know that part of the
My
story. So you
brother,
feel like if he's still struggling financially and he felt he did not, but okay, so but that goes into another conversation of feeling like you are deserving of blessings.
Listen,
A blessing can't bless you
some of
if you
us,
don't feel you deserve it.
some of us humble ourselves so much, dysfunctionally humble ourselves out of the blessings that are right
Yeah,
in front of us.
yeah. That's available. That's waiting on you to just say, "Here, come on," and you're like,
Dysfunctionally humble ourselves, because there is a definition of humility that I think social construct has miss what's the word, you I think you can probably help me with it. It's just not true humility.
"Let me
um
tell you what
yeah.
somebody told me one time." I was
Yes.
speaking about my own humility.
Hmm.
And I remember this was a stranger said this to me. I was getting ready to leave Atlanta to move back to Birmingham to take this TV job. And that was my first TV job. And I know how I had never been on TV before. And I know it's not playing small, but it's that humility, And I said, I have this gross attachment to humility that I hope it doesn't prevent me from shining. And he stopped. He said, "Let me stop you." He said, "Humility sounds noble." He said, "It's actually humiliation when you
Hmm.
are operating beneath your status. When you
Yeah.
are operating beneath your blessing and your resources, is not humility, it's humiliation." It
That's
just
a
sounds better.
beautiful, yes,
Yeah.
it just sounds better. And oftentimes we sit in the seat of humiliation for ourselves, because humility is only making room for more than your greatness and your reality. It's making room for other things to inform the beauty of the moment, in addition to your existence, not instead of your existence.
Right.
And what people often have to understand is humility will never deny a truth. It will never deny a truth. It just makes room for more than the truth that you know to be true. Your greatness, you moving and rising up in humility in your greatness, is you stating, I understand that what I have accomplished or what I am doing is pretty special. But I also understand that I am no better or greater than any other person, and no other person is no greater or better than me. And if we make room for both of those realities to exist, you will then find that humility is reward, because what it does is it postures you in a seat of making yourself available for whatever help, whatever reward, whatever enhancement is being offered to you in the moment. And it invites other people to do the lifting you up for you. And it's a beautiful way of thinking. But often in down south and culturally, what has systemically been pushed on us, we've been given this dysfunctional understanding of humility to tuck and hide.
Hmm.
That you're doing too much if you believe in yourself. That's stupid.
Hmm.
Then nothing will ever get done.
Think about what we were talking about with all the people who have suffered in Los Angeles. How many of them will struggle with humility to accept help and resources in this time because they've been on the hill, they've been on the mountain. And how many of them will suffer in silence versus saying, "Hey, I need help."
And I just want to pause on this non-specifically Christian podcast and say, as a Christian, I am praying that the humility, allow yourself to be available for anybody impacted by these devastations, by these inconvenient circumstances, be it fires, be it financial issues, wherever you are in this country, in this world. Make room for help. Help comes in many forms. You should never think that you are too good for help. Help is an expression of God's heart for you. Always make yourself available for it. Always make yourself available for it. And always make yourself available to give it. That's what I'm praying, that what this does is rewrites the code of dysfunctional, malfunctioned humanity, that we make ourselves available to receive the help. Please, y'all. I have been there where you start to think, no, I can't possibly take, I'm the giver. I'm the one that has to help everybody. No, it is not love if it's not reciprocal. If
Mhm.
reciprocity does not exist in a thing, it is not what God intended. Reciprocity, there's always an exchange where everyone benefits from the experience. That's my prayer. Amen.
Amen.